Bah damn, in today's video, I want to actually go check my body fat percentage. What's going on, guys and gals? Chris with the BODDAMN channel, and today I'm going to go into the gym and check out my body fat percentage. So, haven't done this in like a month and a half or something. It's really important that when you do decide to start tracking your body fat percentage, like one of the things I can tell you to do is really try not to do it like every day or every other day. Like maybe do it every 2 weeks or something like that. Because if you start doing it every day, you start to think like, oh, I can control this thing up and down and whatever. It's really good to do it with measurements that are not detrimental to your mental health, right? So unless you're like actually competing, I really think that maybe doing once a month, or once every 2 weeks is probably more optimal. So there was a time where I did it once every 2 weeks, but I haven't done it in like, I don't know, 5 weeks or something like that. Another tip when you're assessing your body fat percentage is to stick with like one sort of measurement. So if you do calipers, that's okay. If you do the DEXA scan, that's okay. Water tank, whatever. Whatever you choose, just keep doing that. And everything has its inaccuracies, and everything's gonna have some sort of range of error. So don't worry about that kind of stuff. Just focus on having the same measurement each and every time. My last tip is to do the body fat percentage at the same time on each time of the measurement. So like if I do it every 2 weeks, then do it every 2 weeks at the morning, or do it every 2 weeks at the nighttime. But I like to do it in the morning, all right? Usually on a Friday when I am dry. And by dry, I mean like I've woken up and there's no water in my body. Like I haven't consumed any water, so that's where you want to get on the machine or do the calipers or whatever. But try to have the same exact measurement done all the time. It's always good to do it in the morning, because there could be like a whole bunch of factors if you do it towards the end of the day, like what you've consumed, the water content. I think it's a lot better to do as soon as you wake up, basically. A lot of times I do body fat percentage testing like in the summer months and stuff, when it's like, oh, now I actually want to, start tracking this kind of stuff. And then towards the winter, I don't fall off. I just don't think it's as important because it's not really like shirts off weather anymore or anything like that. All right, so I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna get on, I don't even know what this machine is called, but it's like an in-body, whatever. And it tells a lot of data and everything like that, like lean body muscle mass and like, where it is on my body. Like, is it on this arm, that arm, trunk, legs. And it's gonna spit out a number for my age, and hopefully it's gonna be pretty good. I think it's gonna be somewhere in the like 9 to 11 range, I think. I like to be running around 10, sometimes 11. I feel optimal. The right body fat percentage for you is what makes you ultimately happy, aesthetically, in your mind, everything. Like when you see yourself in a mirror, like that's the right kind of body fat percentage that you should be messing with. If you can go down from there, that's great. But as soon as your mental, as soon as your brain takes a hit, and as soon as it's not fun anymore, like it's not really worth looking at. And I've just noticed that somewhere around 10 or 11 is where I feel great. Like I can bike as much as I want, I can do whatever I want, I don't feel irritable, I just feel good, I don't feel stringy or anything like that. So let's see what I shake out today. I might shake out at 9 or something like that. I've just come back from a vacation where I was riding every single day for like 7 days, like 2 hours a day. So I can imagine that has something to do with it, but that was also like a week ago. So I've cleaned up my diet considerably as well. And after we get my body fat percentage, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of some tips of what I've done in the past week, or some general tips that come on my mind on ways that maybe you can lower your body fat percentage. All right, so 10.3% body fat. I'm pretty happy with that. Honestly, I feel decent. I feel pretty good, actually. I can do all the things that I love to do, and 10.3 is definitely reasonable. The interesting part is it happened after a 2-week vacation where my diet just went to complete hell, honestly. It kind of, for the most part, it went to whatever it wanted to be. Like there was just no constraints. But what I thought was interesting is that I did a couple things right. And so, like I said in the earlier part of this video, I'm gonna give you some tips on how to lower your body fat. So I promised you guys some tips on how to lower your body fat. And one of the ways that you can do that is definitely eat more whole foods. The less ingredients into something, the better. Look out for things like just magic oils that just happen to be somewhere. Like if you're eating hummus and stuff, there's some sunflower oil, palm kernel oil. There's all kinds of oil. Those oils have calories. If you can go to more whole foods with the least amount of ingredients, then that's definitely going to help a lot. Another tip is to definitely get active, okay? Not so much in the gym, but like do other things that make you happy where you can find a good flow state. For me, that would be like surfing and snowboarding and mountain biking, and it's things like that. And I like those sports because I'm constantly thinking, and things can constantly go wrong. That's why I like it over like running or swimming, like on those kind of things. Like nothing can go wrong, and it's almost like punishment to me, at least, right? So I like doing sports while I'm thinking heavily, and I'm definitely invested into the activity at hand, because if I'm not invested into it, like things can go wrong very quickly. But I also like, you know, things like surfing, it's a full body exercise. Things like mountain biking, I mean, nearly a full body exercise as well. Wakeboarding, full body exercise. And anytime that you get something that's a little bit more full body, I think you're gonna be a lot more happy with the calories that you expend, and plus what you learn out of the experience altogether. Number 3, stay adequately hydrated. That's really, really important. No matter what route you take with fitness and everything, you're gonna have to be adequately hydrated. And sometimes even more overhydrated, right? So definitely know the value of being hydrated. So important. Number 4, know when to carb up, right? If you got a day where you're not gonna be doing so much activity and stuff like that, maybe you don't have to go all crazy on carbs, right? But on a day where you know there's a big 2-hour bike ride, or you're gonna be at the beach for 3 hours and you're gonna be in the water for like 2 hours, right? That might be a day where you carb up in the morning, or you carb up 3 hours before the activity. And so that way you don't actually end up burning precious muscle. All right, another tip I want to give you is also maybe look into intermittent fasting. I actually fast every single morning for about 3 hours. In fact, when I was on vacation, I fasted about 50% of the time, because it's just not right when you're on vacation and you're around your family and stuff like that to be like, oh, I can't eat that, I'm only gonna fast for 3 hours. Like, it's just not right. So as soon as I got away from being around the family and I went more towards like my type of trip with my wife and we were outdoors and stuff, I found myself fasting a little bit more. But even now, when I'm here back in Austin, Texas, I'm fasting every single day for at least 3 hours, and I think that's really, really important, because as soon as I wake up, basically I'm not eating anything, I'm working out, I'm not eating anything, and I'm just putting liquids in my body, and so my fat storage is definitely being depleted pretty quickly while maintaining my muscle mass. Okay, so my last tip I want to give to you guys and gals is when you're looking at carbs and stuff like that, look, people that say like no breads and no this and cut it all out, like, okay, look, you can have some bread here and there and have some pastas whenever you want, but for the most part, I think it's important to get most of your carbs from, you know, beans and rice and vegetables and things that have fiber. Fiber is going to make you feel full faster. There's all sorts of reasons behind the whole thing, but I think it's really important to at least maybe convert nearly all your carbs to vegetables and grains. Very, very important, and fruits too. All right, so those are the tips I want to give you. Those just on the top of my head, okay? And I wanted to make sure that there was definitely some value in this video for you guys. So do me a favor, hit the like button down below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. There are definitely more BODDAMN videos to come. And you know, if you want to share your body fat percentage and all that, and where you're at and what you need, or what you need out of this channel, I want you to put it down below in a comment, and I'm curious to see it. All right, take it easy. Goodbye.